Hey guys, Jim from Forage Box TV here. I've just come for a little cycle today to a woodland not too far from my house, and I'm in a typical English woodland, and I found lots of this ground elder, so I thought we'd do a quick video about it. Ground elder is one of those plants that was brought over by the Romans as a pot herb, a herb that could cope with our cold English winters, unlike their Mediterranean herbs. And basically it's become, well, I think you could call it invasive. It's basically taken over. You find it on riverbanks, in woodlands like this. It's essentially naturalised now. It's not too damaging for the local ecology in the same way that other invasives are. That's why there's not really a big drive to get rid of it. But it does, as you can see, it does take over entire carpets of woodland. If it's not wild garlic, it's likely to be ground elder that takes over a woodland floor. Or brambles, I guess, but that's a different story. So a quick look at ground elder. It is an umbellifer, and you can see it's got these lovely stout upright leaves. Doesn't matter what age you pick it, it's always the same. In fact, let me just come close to the camera. Doesn't matter what age you pick it, it's always exactly the same leaf shape. You see this one is a tiny young one there. I'm not sure if that's in the camera. And this one is a much more mature, larger specimen, but they're exactly the same in their leaf shape. They have these three stems, I'll turn it around, these three stems that turn into three leaves. You see there's one at the top and one on either side. So if I broke that off from there, you see it's got that three leaf structure. Again, hang on, let me move that. There you go, it's got that three leaf structure. And that's really key. Another important factor for IDing it is that it's got this stem that, I don't know if you can see, has a celery shape to it, that sort of half moon, the crescent moon shape. It's not really a great thing to do on a video, I guess, but in real life you get this flat side on one side and then a curve on the other. It's completely hairless. Again, that's quite important when IDing lookalikes of the umbellifers. And yeah, you can eat it. It's really delicious. So the top bit tastes a bit like parsley. It's a pretty handy herb. I quite like the taste of it. Later on in the season it gets a bit astringent, and actually the smaller, younger plants have the sweeter flavour to them, as with all plants, sorry. But actually the reason that I really like this plant is not so much for the leaves, although they are delicious. It's for the stem. I don't know if you can get it on this video, but the stems are really, really like celery. Lovely, sweet, aromatic celery flavour. And that's what we're going to do with them today. We're going to use them as we would celery. And I think probably the best way to use celery, which is putting it in a Bloody Mary. I didn't know if it caught it on the other video, so I thought it was probably just worth having a quick look at this again. So you can see, hang on, if I showed it up to the path there, you can see it's got these three leaves on three stems coming out. It's got a, hang on, it's focusing. Let's see if it'll focus on my trousers. There we go. So it's got this lovely celery shape. If I turn that over, you can see the way the light bounces off it. It's got that groove. Hang on, we can definitely get a focus on that one. You see that celery shape to the stem there, that cross section? That's what we're looking for. But actually ground elder is very well known to gardeners, allotmenteers, people who've got it in their local parks, that sort of thing, because it's, well, by all accounts, it's a bugger to get rid of it. The reason I've come out here to the woods to show you this today is because I'm lucky enough to not have it in my garden, although this is a very, very common garden species. Again, like with all foraging, it's something that we consider to be a weed, so people will spend lots of time and effort getting rid of it. If only they knew they could eat it. So anyway, we're going to go back. And we're going to make ourselves a lovely Bloody Mary. So we've made it back to the garden. The weather's changed its mind, but thought we'd still treat ourselves to a Bloody Mary outside anyway. So let's get cracking. Right then, so to make this Bloody Mary you need your fanciest crystal glass. You'll need various spirits to put in it. So here I have homemade horseradish vodka. This has been infusing for the last, I think, maybe a year and a half, maybe even 2 years actually, thinking about it. And then I have this clove root vodka, which is again a homemade speciality. Don't expect you to have this sort of thing lying around, but it's dead interesting nevertheless. I've got a little measure there so that it's not completely free poured. Bit of ice. Large Thomas, he's here. Something you may be familiar with already, the common hogweed seed salt, which is a bit like a wild celery salt. It's very good, we'll be using that. And then of course we got our ground elder just on a plate there. It has wilted, it sat in my pocket, so it's not necessarily the best one, but I've got an idea that might just work with that. So first things first, we need to get some salt on this rim. Just move that out of the way. So our salt will go on the plate there. Don't worry, most of this will go back in, and I'm just going to dip my fingers in the vodka there and whiz it around the rim of the glass. Just enough to be able to stick to it. And then, nice and easy. Just salted the rim there, you can see very nicely. In goes our ice. And then, give that a little shake. I'm just going to do a single shot of the horseradish vodka, over it goes. And a single shot of this clove root vodka, which is, as the name suggests, made of, it's got that lovely, I don't know if you can see the brown colour there. Lovely, well, tastes a bit like cloves. Lovely sort of medicinal flavour really. And that'll add what sherry might usually add, or something along those lines. And now, just remains to give Tommy a big shake. Pour them all over. I quite like my drinks not mixed when it's got two different types of liquid together, so whether that's coffee and milk or tomato juice and clove root vodka, it's all the same to me. So you can see that our ground elder, which is our garnish, has gone a little bit floppy. It's maybe not like celery once was, but if we rip that off at the tip, first of all, we can shove that in there like that. And I thought we might be able to tie a wee knot just like that. So it's not quite a drinking straw, but it has the same effect there. Cheers. Lovely bit of tomato juice in my moustache. Remember guys, if you like the video, to like and subscribe. Really helps me out. But also remember to find yourself a nice quiet time of the day to sit down and enjoy something a little bit special. Cheers.